So
yes, we do need
certainly
to.
don't want
plant
that.
breeders will come along before then, I hope.
That's right, and they'll genetically modify plants so they
Yeah.
can produce fruit without pollination.
Yeah,
Which
no,
already occurs in a lot of fruits. Yeah.
yeah, we hope that day never comes, Bruce. Welcome back. Now it's on to you beauty, praise or a bollocking, the opposite. What do you have, Bruce?
Well, you know how negative I always am, so how about I start with a bollocking in the rural sector. I suspect that the Craig Norgate bunch of companies, being PGG Wrightson, its relationship with the Uruguay farming venture, plus his rural property trust, and the collapse of one, the dismemberment of another, and the significant recapitalisation of the first, is probably the biggest rural cock-up I have witnessed in the last 5 years.
It was all a question of timing, though, wasn't it, in terms of the global crash happening at exactly the wrong time?
Excuses. Excessive management contracts, conflicts of interest, too much debt, debt on debt, confusing prospectuses, you know, mismanagement.
What do you think, Neville?
Oh, it's dead right. And we ran a story recently about how there was only $1 million from the bank turning over that, but obviously wiser head prevails, and I think Craig Norgate himself saw that the writing was on the wall and it's better to get out. It's unlike the finance companies where this misery is going on. At least they've taken it up front, got rid of it.
Break.
And those companies will all recover very quickly, I imagine, because they'll be, you know, people do learn from their mistakes, at least in the short term, maybe not the longer term.
Yeah. Was Craig's personal charm able to get him through a lot of this when others might not have been able to?
Yeah, he was a man in a hurry, there's no question about that, and he felt very slighted by the Fonterra outcome. And, you know, there's no doubt that that sort of passion, I mean, he was passionate about all this when people said, don't touch any of this stuff.
Yeah, so that was a reason for people to have more faith in him, that he could pull some of these rather audacious deals off, like with Silver Fern Farms, which in the end didn't happen. Whereas someone else...
bizarre, going unconditional before he had the bank's money, although he did give me an explanation for that.
And what was the explanation?
The bank said they'd give it to us and they welched.
Oh, so, yeah.
He came up again although the McConnon family are involved in there, and we haven't heard much from their side of the story because they've really taken the biggest loss.
Yes,
and
presumably they're licking their
very
wounds at the
influential
moment.
and hard-nosed in the south. So I don't know if there was a geographic problem there, because this is not what you'd expect from someone with South Island influence, especially Silver Fern Farm seems to be doing quite well now.
Right. Now, Neville, I believe you may have a You Beauty this week to balance things up.
Well, when we talk beauty, we're talking about apples, but the Enza company, I've had a chat to them recently about what they're going to do about this kiwi fruit thing. They want to break the zespri monopoly outside of Australia, and so their answer to this is not just to fight it in the courts, and they've got 2 court cases coming up on that aspect. And who knows which way that'll fall legally. But their answer to the kiwi fruit thing is to grow a lot of big volumes over the next 2 years of a new sweet kiwi fruit from Italy, and their version of a gold one plus a red one, which they haven't grown in commercial quantities here. So Zespri is going to face this problem where the biggest supply of kiwi fruit is going to be Enza, and the Australian New Zealand markets aren't going to be big enough, so something's got to give. And I don't think the shareholders of Enza are going to be the ones that cave first.
No. OK, so they're actually going out there and growing the market rather than trying to zero in on Zespri's ground.
Kerry and in Bay of Plenty, and the growers are very keen on it, especially this sweet green one that's just been launched called Summer Kiwi in New Zealand, but Enza have got the rights for more than just Australia and New Zealand for that one.
What do you think, Bruce?
Well, I hadn't thought of a beauty until just now. And I would probably add to the beauty list what Teresa Gatting is attempting for the wool industry. Whether she succeeds or not, I don't know. But they certainly have got an energetic and enthusiastic and dynamic advocate.
Well, they'll need it based on the situation the industry is in at the moment.
It's a pig of an industry, and it has been for years. So
what do you think she can
stand?
What do you think she can bring that will turn things around?
What I think she will attempt to bring is a recognition of the clean, green, New Zealand premium product to the marketplace, in particular in carpet. and endeavour to upsell that New Zealand brand in a value-added product made offshore. And if that can translate down into improved wool yields, which it may well do, that's no mean feat.
Right.
For New Zealand, who is what, the largest wool producer in the world, or second largest? But we're a big producer of wool.
We'll be hoping she can, she can carry that off.
So I'll give her a beauty for at least trying.
Good. Well, I have a bollocking this week, and that's for the person who left a parcel of flies with a note saying it was a bomb outside Agriculture Minister David Carter's office. There are better ways to get your point across, whatever that point was. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Thanks to my guests, Shareholders Association Chairman Bruce Sheppard and National Business Review Editor Nevil Gibson. And thanks to you for watching. Please email your comments to country99tv.co.nz. Check out my blog there, and we'll see you next week.